So the other day I went into Dick Blick. I saw a huge array of Dick Blick brand colored pencils. I had never seen these colored pencils before. I wondered if they were new. They weren't new. I just had never seen them before. I tested them out quite a bit before I bought them. I bought about 12 colors. I just wanted to get a good array of different shades and test them out against my Prismacolor Premiers, which are my absolute favorite colored pencils. So it's not exactly an apples and oranges thing, but they're not exactly comparable in terms of the market. Prismacolor Premiers cost $1.29 for one pencil. And then if you get the Blick 12 Plus bulk discount, you'll pay $1.16 per pencil. For the Dick Blick brand colored pencils, the everyday price per colored pencil is 95 cents. And then if you get the 12 Plus bulk discount, it's 85 cents a pencil. So I thought I would put them to the test against each other. I wanted to see what the pros and cons of each of those pencils are. Today I'll go through all the colors that I got at the store and show you them on black paper and white. I also noticed that there were some Utrecht brand colored pencils in with the Dick Blick because they still the same company, but I wanted to see if there was any difference in the quality of the colored pencils. So I bought the same color in a Utrecht pencil and in a Dick Blick pencil. They were mixed up in the display. I'm going to tell you about a dupe that I found in the Blicks. If I found one, there might be more. I just want to show you what I discovered. I'll discuss the quality difference between Prismacolor Premier and the Dick Blick brand colored pencils. Finally, we'll do a test of the blender pencil. We'll test the Prismacolor Premier blender pencil against the Dick Blick brand blender pencil. Are you guys ready for some fun colored pencil investigations? Let's do it! This picture shows all of the colors that I bought. Most of the colors showed up on all three types of paper, although I would save the lighter colors for the dark paper for actual use. But it's good to see what they look like. I love the consistency and the flow, how they lay down on the paper. There was no scratchiness or grittiness. They're just a little hard on the lead side, but that's okay. I thought the quality of the pigments was great. I did have one broken lead. Oh no. It happened here in my Prussian blue, but it was the only broken lead, and the Prussian blue behaved fine after this one broken lead, so I think it was a fluke. So the pencil that I bought, one each of the Utrecht and of the Blick Studio, was the Delft Blue. It's a beautiful plum color, and the only difference I noticed, and it's barely perceptible. It did seem like the Blick Studio was just the tiniest bit softer than the Utrecht. However, I tested them a bunch of times. Sometimes I felt that the Blick was softer and sometimes I thought they were exactly the same. I think they're so similar that you can't even tell the difference. I would grab them interchangeably in the store if I go back and buy them. That's how similar they were. So here's a crazy discovery I made. I discovered that the indigo blue and the Prussian blue pencil are basically the same color. So the outside of the pencil, the color is very different. Even the lead itself, when you look at the lead, the color is clearly different. But when you test them out, they are the same color. And I tested them out a million times because I couldn't believe it. But they're the same color. Try it for yourself. Next time you go to Dick Blick, swatch them both. Tell me what you think. I would love to hear what you think in the comments. I was shocked, honestly. And I'm wondering if there are others that are the same. I wonder if there's other dupes. I don't know. I didn't see any that were obvious. Anyway, let me know what you think. So here's my very unscientific observation of the differences between Blick Studio and Prismacolor Premier pencils. I basically got the Blicks home and decided to swatch them against whatever Prismacolors I had that were the most similar. So that's what you're seeing here. Very unscientific. These two green colors work really well together, but they're really not similar colors. The Prismacolor one has a very yellow tone to it. The Blick has an undercast of gray because it's a dark olive green. So the colors work really good together, but they're really not similar. The pinks here were very similar in that the colors are not the same. at all, but they go really good together. They're a good complement for each other. By and large, the Blicks are less waxy, less soft than the Prismacolor, but consistently so with just about every color I tried except for the blender, which we'll talk about later. But they weren't unsoft or unwaxy on the larger spectrum of colored pencils on the market. The lead in the Blicks is harder. I'm not sure brittle is the right term to use either for the lead. It's just a little more crunchy, I guess, but you know, judging them against the Prismacolors, which really aren't either hard or brittle, it's probably an unfair comparison. The pigment was very smooth and very consistent throughout using the Blicks. I think they're a very high quality pencil for the price point. There was none of that gritty, sandy quality that you get with cheaper colored pencils. They were smooth throughout. And for a hard pencil, they're pretty creamy, actually. Judging against the Prismacolor, they are a little harder than the Prismacolor, but still very smooth and very consistent pigment and really nice, rich pigment. So here's the blender pencils. I tested them twice, you'll see. The Prismacolors are on the top, the Blicks are on the bottom. It was very notable how crunchy and brittle the Blick blender was against the Prismacolor blender. Both are really hard. Blender pencils are like that by and large. The Blicks were notably more brittle and crunchy and hard. However, the end result was the same with both of them. I got the same blend quality with both pencils in the end. So what's the verdict? Both of these pencils are really viable options for an artist who likes variety with their supplies. The cool thing about the Blicks is that they actually perform really well for the price point. I think they perform better than you would expect in both the colors and the blender. Plus, there's colors in their collection. They have some unique colors. The same thing with Prismacolor. They have some beautiful and unique colors as well that you can't find exactly in other pencils. And their quality is so nice and creamy that I love them. I actually think that both of these are a great complement to each other. The Blicks are 30% cheaper, but they're not 30% less in quality. The Prismacolor are still my clear winner, but when it comes to muted, deep shades, I'm crazy about these Blicks. They have some beautiful deep hues. They have a really nice gold pencil. And again, they perform really, really well for the price point. I haven't had any broken leads, except for that one that you saw. And even though the pencils are a little bit harder, it doesn't mean they're not quite as good. They're just a little bit different. The leads are a little harder and more brittle with the Blicks, but look what I'm judging them against. It's a really creamy pencil. They're still not hard and brittle on the spectrum of colored pencils in general. They're really nice. They complement each other really well. They're a really good companion. So mix it up, get some of each, get some of whatever you want. Variety is the spice of life. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It tells YouTube that you like this content and that others who are into what you're into may like it too. If you like my channel, please subscribe and hit that little bell. If you hit the bell, you'll get notifications whenever I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Variety is the spice of life and of colored pencils. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.